Abe Lincoln, also known as The Death of Lincoln, written by William Cullen Bryant in the year of 1865.
The Death of Lincoln by William Cullen Bryant. Oh, slow to smite and swift to spare, gentle and merciful and just, who in the fear of God didst bear the sword of power on nation's trust. In sorrow by thy bier we stand, amid the awe that hushes all, and speak the anguish of a land that shook with horror as they fall. Thy task is done, thy bond are free. We bear thee to honored grave, whose proudest monument shall be the broken fetters of the slave. Pure was thy life, its bloody close hath placed thee with the sons of light, among the noble host of those who perished in the cause of right.
Bryant was born in 1794 and died in 1878. He was known as a fireside poet. He lived through the Civil War and the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. Bryant was also an editor and co-owner of the New York Evening Post, which promoted the demolition of slavery. William was known as a supporter of Abe Lincoln and his fight to end slavery. He advocated for the freedom of slaves as early as 1836. The title is obvious as to what the poem is about. It's about the death of Abraham Lincoln and about how he honors him and his fight to end slavery. The first stanza is describing Abe Lincoln and what kind of president he was. The second stanza is saying that there was a lot of fear and sorrow in the U.S. with the death of Lincoln. Third stanza is talking about how Lincoln's task of freeing the slaves is complete. The last stanza is saying that he fought for what was right, but died during the fight. There really isn't a big shift in this poem. It starts out kind of sad and then slowly moves to being honored and having a lot of pride. This poem has two themes, death and honor, or also pride. The poem has many literary devices. The first line is an example of alliteration. By using alliteration as the first few words, it helps to pull your attention to his piece. 2 lines down, he creates a symbol. He uses God as a symbol of power or religion to give the poem a more serious tone. The last line of the second stanza is an example of personification. The land cannot literally shake with horror because of someone's death. In the next stanza, also the last line, there is an allusion. Bryant is alluding to when the slaves became free. By creating this allusion, he is able to make a connection with the reader. The allusion also gives a poem a personal meaning because we already know he was for the freedom of slaves. The last literary element I'm going to show you is colloquial language, such as didst, thy, amid, thee, and hath. By using these words, it ties the poem back to the 19th century in which it was written. Critics say that Bryant writes too many stories or poems about death. Another critic by the name of Thomas said that the only thing that Bryant could write that could be called poetry was Thanapesis.